I didn't notice you there. I'm Sterling Silver, and you may remember me from such films as Planet of the Frapes, The Facebook Story, and I'm a washed-up actor, and I'm okay. I'm here to talk to you about heavy metal. I personally know nothing about this genre, but I'm being paid to talk to you about it today. Metal first began its journey in the 1960s with such bands as Cream, the Yardbirds, and Jimi Hendrix. They featured riff-tastic guitar parts, louder bass lines, and prominent use of drums. I personally find this music too...
The most successful of the remaining three is Metallica and Slayer, because no one likes Megadeth.
Loud for me, but that's okay. It's time for a random dance break. Phew, I'm beginning to perspire. Let's back to our history of metal, shall we? We come to the point in life of every being, and that is the point where they get drunk and forget what gender they are. Glam metal. These guys had hair that was a foot in length and almost 3 inches off their head. These bands did spawn some of the best guitarists in the world. Eddie Van Halen and Michelangelo Battio. These two guitarists changed the face of guitaring forever. Oh,
don't mind me, I was just playing my real guitar. So enough of this already. You've probably heard enough of modern music by now. So back to the history. For the heavier, more traditional stuff, with even heavier everything. More guitar, more drums, more bass, more screaming, more crying, more death. These bands were Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Led Zeppelin. These bands got very little radio play, so they just toured extensively to cover that instead. They too then influenced other bands. Iron Maiden made a new wave of British metal. They're still touring now. The biggest metal bands appeared in the 80s, and these were known as the Big Four. They were Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, and then Anthrax. And no one knows who Anthrax is at all, so we can just ignore that one, call them the Big Three. Metallica created what we now know as modern rock with the album The Black Album, or Metallica. It was a self-titled album, which included the song Enter Sandman, which you may well have heard recently. Slayer created the subgenre of metal that's become most notorious in the modern era. Slayer were the first band to use all the screamed lyrics about hell, death, destruction, and blood, and gore, and other wonderful things. The band gained notoriety and popularity with the album Rain in Blood, with the song Raining Blood.
Metal goes against the morals that we learn in Feed. It plays music for the sake of playing music rather than to garner support for a product or themselves. So hey there! Metal in the modern time has fallen out of popularity due to accusations of depression and suicide. But this is far from the truth. This negative image is due to bands such as Cannibal Corpse, but it is not true of all metal bands. There is a genre known as progressive metal, sometimes abbreviated to prog metal. These songs are generally categorized by long song lengths and uncommon time signatures, which change very often. This genre originated with Dream Theater in 1989. They are perhaps most well known for their song, Pull Me Under. More recently, bands such as Between the Buried and Me have progressed the genre further. Progressive metal also features thematic riffs that can sometimes tell a story. Bands such as Nightwish use synthesized portions to tell a story while they play harmonic metal. Are you angry? Are you not very talented? Are you already deaf? Then death metal is a genre for you.
Anton's rabbit.
Wow, that was fascinating. But that's all the time we have now, kids. This is Sterling Silver saying, listen to more metal.